Alex Mack. Alex
This
Mack.
is
I don't even know if he's good anymore. But the
I
thing
like
is,
this.
if they don't have Alex Mack, they have the same offensive line as last year, minus. I mean, I don't even know who their center is. Jake Brendel. So they need Alex Mack to be good, and they need him to play 17 games because he is the main difference. It was supposed to be him and Banks. It's him.
So here's the thing why I'm holding off on my evaluation on this offensive line when it comes to Daniel Brunskill and everybody else. Alex Mack and them need to have cohesion and play a bunch because I think that matters so much. And I think that people are disregarding his pass protection and him calling out all of the blitz calls, right? So I'll point to something that I saw in camp, and this is stuck and burned in my mind. The first time that Alex Mack and the ones took the field together, fully together, right? He literally on one play with Jimmy Garoppolo called out he puts his arm out and he calls out the protection. Not only did they stop it, it gave Jimmy enough time to complete a pass. And I'm just like, listen, that doesn't look like anything, but the 49ers have not had that since Weston Richburg went down. True. No disrespect to anybody else that was after him, but man, I have a tough time grading this the entire offensive line. Like, look, Trent Williams is good. Trent Williams is good. We're not worried about that. Yeah. But in terms of how we evaluate this entire line, I need to see Alex Mack and this entire line with extended reps, not one series on a preseason game because that's hard to see, and not Alex Mack with a backup next to him or someone else. I need to see all of them together. Alex Mack is so intriguing because if he can be what I think he can be, then he improves Brunskill, McGlinchey, and Tomlinson all in the same time if he's able to bring those smarts to the team that I think that he can.
Absolutely. It also seemed like in 2019 when they had Weston Richburg, there was a lot more that they could do in the run game. That they could use him in a lot of ways, and they could just coordinate a much more hectic, crisscrossing blocking scheme. And then when he was out last year, it seemed pretty straight ahead, straightforward with less moving parts. So maybe with Alex Mack. What?
That's what they liked about Richburg was that he can pull out. Like he can, you get him. He's in shotgun, but he runs outside, and he's the one leading the charge, and he's athletic enough to do that. So that's important. That's why the center is so important to this offense. That's why Kyle wanted to bring in somebody who he trusts, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this happens. It's going to be hard to evaluate them in this Detroit game because you're not really too worried about what Detroit has up front. Right, like it's not going to be exotic. It's not going to be. They don't have. They don't have top.
Sucks.
Right.
Sorry.
They don't have top end guys. They don't have guys that you're worried about. Like they don't have an Aaron Donald where they can move him around, anything like that. So we're going to see, I think, in week 3 where it's at, right? Because Philly does have some. Actually, you know what? We'll see in Philly. Philly's roster isn't that great, but they do have some guys up front that'll actually cause some problems. So I'm interested to see how Alex Mack looks with this entire offense, offensive line in one shot.
Yeah. Dwelly is a great number 2 tight end. Would start for many teams. Yeah. Still should have kept Matthews, though. Greetings from Germany. Much love, Grant. Trey must start. He's on the practice squad. And I think he could be one of the people they bring up because I do think you want 4 tight ends on game day just in case one guy gets hurt.
One more thing about the practice squad, and this is my conspiracy theory real quick. Is Jalen Hurd going to be healthy scratch and they're going to be able to bring up Travis Benjamin from the practice squad to just field punts that day?
Maybe. Perhaps. I mean, they don't have a punt returner on the roster, so that'd be good. Unless they just want to just fair catch every single time and avoid the
They could bring up Craycraft for that.
They could. He's good at that. Sorry, River. Voice ad agency says, do we need to put some blame on the trainer? It seems like all our players who get injured always have a setback or get re-injured.
Hey. The trainers have done an amazing job. The trainers have done an amazing job this year. We're good. We're good over here. We're not going to slander them this year. Everybody's pretty much ready to go.
No, the setback thing is interesting. I was thinking about it today. Maybe it's not really setbacks. They just didn't tell the truth about the timeline to begin with. And they're like, oh, he's going to be back next week. Oh, he had a setback.
More conspiracy theories. That Trey injury is a lot worse than they're saying.
That's what I'm wondering too, yo. That's why I'm starting to wonder about they should be able to win weeks 1 and 2 no matter what. But if they don't have Trey for weeks 3, 4, 5, 7, I don't know, man. Those are really tough games. And I don't know about this. Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see Trey at all in week 1. At all. I think
they can win without him week 1. I think they can win without him week 1.
They can.
But I don't know about week 3.
Whether they had plans to do that or not, like with the 2 quarterback thing, is a whole different thing. But this is Jimmy's show, week 1. Jimmy's show, week 1. Done and done. Man,
this guy got hurt in the preseason. What? I tried to tell Kyle, and he was like, "This is what we want to do." I was like, "Hey, knock yourself out, man, please."